Right, this is it. Saturday Live Special. We're here. Hi-ho. Yeah, we're here. Yes. Welcome to the Saturday Live Stream Special. Everybody, on this cold November Saturday of the 9th of November of 2024. We have now come to the time where there's fewer outdoor events taking place, and we've come to the season where a lot of us are inside more than we are, say, spring compared to spring, summer, and the early part of autumn, or fall, as they'd say in America and Canada. So this is the time of year that we've got to now, and probably one of the best pastimes one could do is visiting their local. I mean, as a recommendation, I'd leave it for people to decide for themselves. Best things one could do as a good pastime throughout the very cold winter months are things like visiting localized museums, going out for a meal or a drink with friends. What else is there? What else is there? Oh, yes. Oh gosh, I think I've nearly going to the movie theatre to see a new movie that's come out that may appeal to one's interest, or going to the theatre to see a show and all that if it appeals to one's interest throughout the colder winter months. Obviously, they're going to be the good winter days for the at-home movie entertainment and things, because this is what we do generally in the winter. We do more at-home entertainment activities, more and things like eating out or drinking out on an occasional weekend on a cold winter night. Obviously not out in the garden, because going for a drink out in the pub garden is more of the summer thing to do in the summer season, or to some extent in the spring if it's not a far too cold spring evening, and going to the theatre to see a production and show, or going to the movie theatre to see a new movie. That's just what one generally does in the winter, at a time when there are fewer outdoor activities and things, especially when there are not so many classic cars or vintage vehicles or vintage organ events going ahead in the winter seasonal periods and things. Just to share the point on the winter, now that we're really edging closer and closer and closer towards those times of year. Good evening, Heidi. Good evening from Brighton in England to you. Hello. And of course, you need no introduction. Lovely Maureen. Hello to you. Certainly, is it a real pleasure seeing you on here. Yes, and we've got a good 8 of you on here, but I can only see 2 of you revealing yourselves. But hello to the 2 of you. Hello to Heidi and Maureen, and got a good, and all the others who are in here. What is it I'm going to show? I'm showing it as in receipt of a winter recommendation to keep one going. Just as I mean, not to say that one should do it, but just to show a good winter recommendation. This is certainly a winter pastime I could recommend to oneself. And I mean, obviously not every weekend. Obviously not every weekend. But this I would say is a good winter recommendation to try and get through the winter months. Going out for an occasional drink out at the pub or bar, whether it be at a wine or gin bar, whatever drinks the bar might serve, and all that. So but this is certainly one of my recommendations for for getting through the winter. That's certainly one of my recommendations on an occasional basis, that is, to get through the winter months, an occasional drink out and things. And all that. So there we are. Ah, ouch, itchy nose. Heidi, there are some pubs in my home locality where there's musical venue. There are some pubs that do have musical venues and live events and all that. You know, that there are some in my locality that do that and things, but yes, there are some, but it depends on what the pub itself is organised. I didn't realise live music events at pubs and bar venues appealed to you. I never knew that, Heidi, but interesting. A very good question you've asked. Good question you asked. Very right, Maureen. This is very right. You're very true, this point is. Winter is a good time for families to get together and play board games with the children. Completely true. Completely true that. Especially now that outside activities have drawn to the conclusion for the year before starting up for the next calendar year proceedings. Um, You know, it is a good, the winter does provide those useful opportunities and things. It does provide those useful opportunities to help get to really to prevent winter boredom, to share a point on that, because the last thing one would want is winter boredom and all that. Hi, Nutmeg. Hello to you. I did reply to your message, and I've only just properly replied to a Discord message you sent me last week. I've only just properly replied to it because I did reply, but it wasn't a proper. But I don't think the reply was proper enough, But other than that, I've properly replied to it. Hello to Hailey. Hello. Yes, and cuddle our kitty cats. Good point. Good. That's another extremely good point. Extremely good point. Yeah, and Maureen, now to answer your very questioning, Maureen, is this regarding the pub venues and things, or the live music, if what pubs can offer and things? There are many pubs certainly in the Brighton and Hove region and up and down other parts of the length and breadth of the entirety of the United Kingdom. There are some that do have live music events and things. I have seen them advertised on many pubs a very great many times. I have seen that, and I was answering Hailey's question to that. I've already answered Hailey to it. You have a friend. You have a friend who would take you to an Irish pub and they'd have music. Oh, that must have been a fun place to go. Gosh, gosh, the Irish pub must have been very musical in that circumstance. There's no rush. Nutmeg, there's no rush. There's no rush to check it. There's certainly no rush at all. Yes, I wasn't in for it because I went to sleep. By the time it was I went to sleep by the time it was done. By the time it was ongoing, I was asleep by this point. But I was aware it was happening, but I was asleep by this point. And hello to Dave. Hello to you in America. You'll have a good. I didn't think you were very inclined to go out, Nutmeg. I didn't think you were very inclined to go out, take into account poor health. Honestly, thought just a short just a 6 monthly road trip was enough to keep you satisfied. But I really didn't think you're very inclined to go out, take into account poor health and things. But interesting, interesting. Howdy, howdy, Zev. Howdy, howdy, and hugs to you, and best wishes to the German Shepherd dogs as well. Howdy, howdy to you all. And yes, I would never, never say hello without giving you a hug. I would never say hello without giving you a hug. I was aware that it was happening, Heidi, but I was aware that it's happening. I was aware that yourself and Nutmeg had a live chat and things, but I would have been asleep by the time it was fully ongoing. Yes, I mean, I would imagine it's very, very rare to have Irish music in an American pub. I could only imagine just too well. Same here. We hardly ever get Irish music in the pubs here in the UK, and obviously you'd get that in the Irish ones. But I could imagine they were thoroughly enjoyable because you lived in Dublin. Yes, I remember you talking about your time there, Nutmeg. I remember it vividly well, and it's something I've not forgotten you telling me. You know. Yes, I've joined the server. I've joined the server, Nutmeg. I've joined Zeth's Discord server she's created. I've only just joined it last night, and it really a good place to chat whenever we've got nothing to do. Good place to chat onto it when there's nothing to it. What next are you referring to, Heidi? What next are you referring to? You know, hello to Outer Limits, evening all, deep knee bends. Salute beneath the. Yes, because we've got an important day. We've got a very, very, very important day on Sunday and particularly Monday. Monday, to share an important point, is a very vitally important day to our calendar year, which is known as Remembrance Day, or over in America and Canada, it's Veterans Day. The day to remember the soldiers who had died whilst fighting for our freedom in all wars. Memorial services are held everywhere on the 11th hour of the 11th day of the 11th month. Haven't been over there yet. You'll pop over in a bit. Good evening, Blacksmith. Good evening. Good evening. The nighttime chat. A good nighttime chat, I'd imagine. Yes, and this time last year, Zeph, this time last year marked 105 years. This time last year marked 105 years since the signing of the armistice. You know, it was the 105 years since the signing of the armistice, and it's going to be 110. It's been 110 years this year since 110 years earlier this year since World War I broke out. But a very, very important day that should never, never, never be forgotten under any circumstances whatsoever. Hadn't been. Oh, okay. Thank you, Zeph. Thank you for your point, and that's all that you were referring to. Thank you for making it clear. Our Remembrance Day is Memorial Day in May to honour those who had fallen in the war. Yes, yes. Very well shared point. Very, very well shared point indeed. Yes, they give their tomorrows for our todays at the going down of the sun. We will remember. True right. Completely right on that, outer limits. Completely right. Thank you, Blacksmith. Thank you, Nutmeg. Thank you for your friendliness towards Blacksmith. And thank you, Blacksmith, for your friendliness towards Nutmeg. Thank you. Veterans Day, no, totally, importantly so. That's importantly so, Nutmeg. And well done for bringing it up, because your Veterans Day will mark our Remembrance Day, a vitally important day one must never, never, never forget. Hello to you, Carla. Hello, hello, hello to you. Yes, and here we are. And yes, Carla, this is it. A good live stream as a good pastime to help pass winter boredom and all that. You know, one of the good things to try and keep them preoccupied throughout the winter months, Carla, is obviously one would be live streaming, even though it's not spoken very often. Going out for an occasional meal out or drink out in the pub and restaurant or bar, whatever the bar drinks the bar, any particular bar might serve, or whether it's doing a live music event or things. If it's music that appeals to one's interest, that is. Visiting a localized museum and things. You know, I'm visiting a localized museum and all that. Playing board games and all that, or doing puzzles as well. You know, crossword puzzles and things, or any kind of puzzles or board games. You know, those are really, I think, those are really, by and large, one of the greater you know and those are by and large some of the the useful things one can do to pass the winter boredom and all that. To share a point to it, because well, certainly for me particularly, it's more or less nearly party's over for my event attending for this year. It's nearly party's over until the 2025 event proceedings. But one thing I would is, obviously it's not going to appeal to all of your interest, understandably enough, but one thing I would highly recommend as a means of to appreciate the outdoors and going outside and things is recommending one go to classic card events or bus rally events. I mean, obviously, if there are any presently known to happen within your locality, because there are not every locality has has the privileged fortune for hosting bus rallies or classic card events and all that. But any localized events like classic cars and things or fates and all that, I'd recommend anybody get out and go to them, because they bring great value for socialization and an enjoyment and accompaniment to one's life and all that. As I've so found since getting into going to these events and all that, that's something I would well and truly recommend. Obviously, it depends on one's health to go and all that. But yes, it's something I would advocate and recommend to all. Remembrance Day is a time for all to stop and take time to count up. Completely right. Not only that, but also really remember the fallen and appreciate their gallantry and sacrifices that they personally had the guts to do, or unwillingly, but had to do it through forced action as a means to protect our freedom. Maureen, to share a vitally important noting on that. It's cozy corner I'm in. Oh, thank you. Thank you. You know, that's an appalling. That's an appalling. That's completely an appalling. Shame on Boston. Complete shame on Boston for shutting up the doors of the soldiers' home just to host illegal migrants. Absolute appalling. Completely appalling. Sadly, the lessons of two horrific conflicts have taught us nothing. This is completely right. True right. Yes, and Dave, you're completely right on that too. I do like art museums, Heidi. Yes, I certainly do. I agree with Outer Limits and Dave on that matter, Nutmeg. You love a read. You love a little read in your slippers. Happy Catterday, Amy. Happy Catterday to you. Happy Saturday Catterday. Hello to you. No, I haven't thought about buying a sewing machine. I haven't. Astonishingly enough, Carla, I haven't. No. Thank you, Amy. Thank you. Thank you. And thank you, Dave, for your friendliness towards Amy. Thank you. It's something I couldn't recommend or say. I couldn't agree more to your point. Outdoor activities are very good for the mental health. I would promote them above and beyond anything. Outdoor activities, going out for an occasional drink or meal out, socializing with friends, you know. And it's also a good message to those who are introverted and all that, not in a discriminatory way, but just as a means of a recommendation, you know. That's all. And all that just to say, Carla. Carla, I completely agree with Carla Heidi on that. Oh, if you got to bring your mother for a hair appointment. I hope your mother's hair appointment works out okay and she has a good haircut, Amy. Yeah, it's nice that you're taking your mother out for something and she's got something to do as a means to prevent winter boredom and all that. Thank you, Nutmeg. I mean, do you ever take your mother to a hair appointment, Nutmeg, or would she go on her own? But it's a good thing what Amy's doing for her mother, taking her to a hair appointment. It's a good thing what she's doing for her mother for the hair appointment. This is completely true, Carla. You're totally right on that. This is certainly completely true. Some people enjoy making historical costumes. This is totally right. Yes. I've never made clothes before, Carla. I've never made clothes before. Okay. So they leave you out. Hey, let me come too. Don't leave us out, mother and auntie. Don't leave me out. They go together. Don't leave me out. Don't leave me out. Let me come too. Sort of like that. It wasn't. Don't leave me out. Don't leave me out. Oh, good question there, Cut. oh. Ooh, what a thing Nutmeg's got on. Well, let's bring on the comedy after the... I imagine I probably would have done when I was very, very little. You know. You know, I imagine I would have done a long time ago. I probably wouldn't remember when I did it, Carla. But good question, good question. Oh, good, interesting thing you had to share, Maureen. When your daughter was young, you can remember having hours of fun playing cards with her. A simple game of snaps had us like, you know, good one, good one. Many laughs. You've cried at hairdressers. You wouldn't want your mother's hairdo? Oh. No, I would have thought, don't leave me out. I would have thought, don't you leave me out. Let me come with you. I would have thought, don't leave me out. Don't leave me out. I would have literally thought you had the mindset of, don't leave me out, mother and auntie. Don't leave me out for your hair appointment. Don't leave me out. I'm your daughter. I honestly thought you had that mentality, Nutmeg. I could have very honestly thought that. Given the sense of humor you have, I would have thought you had that mentality. But it goes to prove I was wrong. Never mind. Oh, thank you, Dave. Dave. No, really, Dave. That's an extremely nice thing you've said to me. Thank you. Got to admit, I do have fun in my live streams and really appreciate my kindness. Thank you. Thank you, Dave. Thank you. I've had many people refer to me as a good sir very many times. Hello, Jennifer. Hello to you. Don't worry. Jennifer, don't worry. You can always sit and watch and have a good laugh, given that you cannot type very much. You had surgery. Oh, gosh. Cannot move your wrist. Oh, no. You've had surgery and you've got your husband to look after. Gosh, that's going to be a bit of a restricted time at the moment. Oh, gosh. Do hope you overcome it, Jennifer. Do hope you overcome it. Marcia! Mr. and Mrs. Toms, hello to you both. And not forgetting Master Wookie, Lady Lily, and little girl Sky. Not forgetting the other three and the two of you. You know. Not forgetting the two of you. Thank you, Maureen. Thank you. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Cooking brownies at the moment. The house smells beautiful. I can only imagine too well. I can only imagine this too well. At the moment, Cara. I can only imagine this too well. What? No, Jennifer can't type very much at the moment, Blacksmith. Please do be respectful to Jennifer. Please do. Do not. Oh, sorry, Blacksmith. You made a mistake. Same. I'm wishing Jennifer a speedy recovery too, Nutmeg. You know. Hello, Philippe. Hello. Now, Philippe, can I trust you? Hello to you indeed. Hello. Oh, hi, Blinky. Hello to you. Hi, Blinky. Hoping the same thing. Hoping exactly the same thing. Jennifer, do give your wrist a rest. Please give your wrist a rest. We don't want you wrecking your recovery, so do give your wrist a rest. But thank you, Dave. Thank you, Dave. Maureen. Ocean Emits. Thanks everybody for wishing Jennifer well following her surgery. Thank you. Thank you. But we've got no Sappy at the moment. Oh gosh, he's going to be offended if he hears this. You know. But I think all of us know who we mean. You know. Hi, Athers. Hello. No. Got sinusitis. So just popped on to say hello. Oh no, Athers. Do hope you get well soon. Not that I'm aware. Not that I'm aware, Gabrielius. Not that I'm aware. I need to check because that's going to be vitally important. I'm pretty sure I put it on. I've got the restriction on this. I'm pretty sure I've got the restriction on it. I've just got to check. Right. Wait a moment. Oh dear. Oh dear. Right, wait a moment. Yes, thank you, Dave. Rather silly. It turns out I had forgotten, but I've just set them now. I've just set the restriction now. I was very, very stupid because I forgot to put it on. Very, very stupid of me to have done so. Very, very stupid. I'm just going to do it for the next upcoming one. Wait a moment. Right there, yeah. Done it. Yeah. All done. All done. Yes, it is on now. Yes, I've got it. I've got it all on. I've got it on all on. Hi, Jody. Hello to Jody. Hello to the dog as well. You know, and hello, Aiden. Hello to you. That's not being stupid. I just didn't know that I have to set it for each and every one. Yeah. Thank you, Dave. Yes. No, I honestly thought I was being very stupid when I'd forgotten to do it. I was like, gosh, what a stupid thing I'd done. But thank you for saying I was not being stupid. Thank you. Thank you, Dave. Thank you for your friendliness towards Jody. Thank you. Tomorrow, Sap has got a live stream, by the way. I honestly could have thought it was today, but it's tomorrow, as it turns out. No, but I don't think Sap is very happy with me at the moment. I don't think Sap is very happy because I was late starting the late night live. You know. Yes, this is true. I mean, not only is there Nutmeg in poor health, but Maureen is a victim of living in poor health too. Maureen is a victim of living in poor health as well, unfortunately. But there we are. But there we are. No, it's not an easy thing to contemplate to living in poor health every day. It's not an easy thing to contemplate to. And I think Dave on here, I think he's got back issues of some kind. So it's not easy to contemplate to poor health or physical health. Not an easy thing to contemplate. It may be that we're alive, but it's not an easy thing to contemplate to, Carla, to share things. Hope I stay connected. This new restriction has often seen me in the shadows, but then you are a very dodgy. I wouldn't think you're dodgy, but I would say opinionated, but not dodgy. Not dodgy. Hello to Jody. Certainly hello to you, just hanging in the background. Please feel free to have a good conversant chat with all of us, Jody. Do feel free to have a good conversant chat if you feel like it. No, Carla, no, it's not. Carla, this is not my grandfather's jacket. No, actually, this is one I personally bought. This jumper, I actually only bought it just this year, actually. So, no, this was not my grandfather's jumper, no. But it goes well with the shirt I've got on, in my opinion. It goes well for the with the jumper I've got on. You know. Oh, Marcia. Right now, I cannot help but just want to give you a hug right now. Oh, a nice long hug. A nice long hug to our Marcia. And cuddles to the cat. Well, well, I'd definitely give a cuddle to Wookie and Sky, but if I gave had I given, say, Lily the cuddles, I'd probably be scratched and bitten ferociously if I did that to Lily. But nice long cuddles and hugs to Marcia. No, that's Wanda, Outer Limits. That's Wanda we're referring to. Hi, wifey. Hello to you. Oh, gosh. Is Harriet here? Oh, oh, shit. Is Harriet here? Yeah. Oh, shit. Right. Where is Harriet? Oh, yeah, now I can. Hello to you, Harriet. The 40. Oh, you've not even sent me your PayPal account, Harriet. You've not sent me your PayPal account. You've not even sent me your PayPal account. You know. Hello to Josh. Hello. Is Rexy here? Oh gosh. Oh my goodness. Was Rexy here? Rexy? Rexy, are you here? Rexy? I didn't see you. I didn't see him. Is he? Oh, Rexy, you're here. Hello to you. Hello, old friend. Nice to see you, Rexy. Hello. Thank you for your friendliness towards Harriet Hiley. Thank you. Thank you. And hello to Josh. Hello. Oh, thank you, wifey. Thank you for your friendliness towards Nutmeg. Thank you. And thank you, Nutmeg, for your friendliness towards wifey. I know this only too well, Marcia. I know this only too well since hearing a lot about Lily. Thank you, Nutmeg. Thank you for your friendliness towards Rexy. Thank you. Thank you. Went around the train line and saw some buses. Guess how many videos you're on? I've no idea. No idea how many you're going to get uploaded, but I'll look out for them tonight, Josh. Don't. Oh, gosh. Yes, Rexy. Wifey's just asked you a question. Yeah. Oh my goodness, that's a lot. That's a lot of videos to get uploaded in one day. I don't think I could sustain uploading as many as 66 in one day. Normally during the week I upload about 4 at the most. 4 to 5. But it's normally the weekends I upload more videos. It's normally about more than 5 I do over the weekend. Yes. No, I do generally upload a lot on the weekends for whenever I can. Oh, Basil's outside. Do try and get him in so he's not harmed by fireworks. Do get him in safely. I have to say, Carla, my mother's doing very well. My mother's doing extremely well, thank you, Carla. She's reading a nutrition book earlier today. So her relaxing Saturday has been revolved around reading a nutrition book. But other than that, she's okay. She's doing very well, thank you. Yes, also reading a good book, whether it's a nutrition book or storybooks, is always the best way to ease the burden of winter boredom, to share another point on things to do to get through winter boredom in the winter seasons and all that. Happy learning so, Rexy. Happy learning so. Thank you, wifey. Thank you for your friendliness towards Carla. Thank you. Thank you. You know, and especially when event attending is more or less over for this calendar year. Those sorts of things are, those sorts of things do come in handy, and certainly do come usefully in handy and all that. What was it I'm going to show now? Because event attending is over for the calendar year, I thought I might show something. This here is a selfie portrait. This is a selfie portrait of me standing in front of an old London bus. Bus rallies. Like I said earlier on, some of you missed what I said. I'd recommend anybody going to them. You know, it helps get oneself happily out the house to appreciate the outdoors and things. going out is very good for one's mental health. I would certainly say that. It's just vitally important that one never forgets those kinds of things and all that. You know, it's vitally important one never forgets the importance of going outside and all that. I mean, even though there are very, very many who are far less inclined to go out, one could always try and help them and show the value in going out and things and all that. Just to share the point, just to share the point. Greetings, Diane. Greetings to you. Don't worry about missing anybody, Harriet. Don't worry. Thank you. Thank you, Heidi. Thank you. Hi, Tommy. Hello to you. Don't worry about missing a thing. Don't worry. You haven't missed too much, Tommy. You haven't missed too much. Hoping yourself and Nigel are well. Basil's in, tummy's empty. Oh, goodness. Thank you, wifey. Thank you. And if I can get another one up. Oh no, you burnt your brownies. Oh gosh, Carla. Do be careful when you're doing a cookery recipe. Do take care when you do it. Yes, I know that's your Sky. Yes, it's do be careful with your cookery recipes. It's a timely reminder on that, Carla. Do it. Definitely do it, Nutmeg. I'd recommend you do it. Do it. My recommendation is go for the picture. Go for putting it up as a thumbnail. Go for it. Yes, that's a good point, Zeph. That's a good point. But it's a timely reminder, a blunt, timely reminder. Be careful with your cookery recipes. Hi, Alison. Hello to Alison. Alison, my friend with the 6-foot son, hello to you. Even though Alison's only the same height as my mother and has got a 6'4" son. Hello to Alison. I think both her children are probably 6 foot, or is it probably just the one? I don't know. Thank you, Josh. You know what I say very well to Hailey. Wasn't till you got older that you started to appreciate the joy of nature. Very well shared there, Maureen. Very well shared. But come to think, when did I appreciate going out more? I need to come to think of it. I must have been about when I was a teenager. I began to appreciate going out more. It was really when I was a teenager. I've never had a problem going out, even as a little boy, but I really didn't look at the proper values of going out of it really when I got into my teenage years. Really, and all that. And going to the classic car and bus rallies and vintage rally events and things, since 2021, after meeting David, it's really made me appreciate going out a great deal more. You loved being out when you was young, hated being home. Yes, no, I totally get the point on that, Carla. Totally get the point. Thank you, wifey. Maureen, thank you for your friendliness towards wifey. So long as they didn't emerge flambe style, probably get into. Oh, you are silly, outer limits. You are silly but funny. Going to use a photo of a gate for your avatar. Good idea. Go for the picture. Go for the picture, Harriet. Go for it. You know. Good evening, Betty. Good evening, Betty and Steve. Good evening to you both. I'm guessing I take you've got the granddaughters over this weekend because I know you generally have the granddaughters over for the Sunday roast. But good evening, Betty and Steve. Good evening to you both. Thank you. Thank you, Blacksmith. Thank you for your friendliness towards Betty. Thank you. Here's a good pastime to get through the winter boredom. That here, even though this was taken back in April, this very photographed picture, even though this very photographed picture was taken back on the 21st of April 2024 was when this picture was taken in the very evening hours of the day itself. This is certainly a recommended winter pastime I'd recommend to anybody to get through winter boredom. Obviously not, I wouldn't recommend one does it regularly throughout winter, but I'd certainly recommend one does it on an occasional basis throughout the winter seasonal periods. But that's a picture of me enjoying a good pint of beer after event attending in one of the Hassocks pubs. So it makes for a fitting pastime to get through winter boredom, in my opinion, Carla. But thank you. It's a happy picture. Thank you, Carla. Thank you. Thank you. Which do I prefer, a gate or a big much? Good question, Harriet. Good question. I think a gate picture would suit you well. No, it was beer. That was not. No, it wasn't fizzy piss. No, no, it was a Birra Moretti beer. A Birra Moretti. That one was. Seems like a plan and one I can happily endorse. Yes, yes. Cheers, all. Oh shit! I got it wrong. Sorry about this, Betty. But thank you for letting me know, so that I didn't come under the wrong impression of it. Quite a few. Yes, well said. Well said. Laughed at me on Halloween. I was a nerd. Oh, thank you, Carla. Thank you for telling me so. I do hope you had a nice weekend, Maureen. In spite of poor health, I really do hope you had a good weekend. Yes, I only to play the gate. But regarding Chapa. Oh my goodness, how in the bloody hell did this happen? Just got rid of it now so it doesn't happen if we mention Sapper again. There you are. Once I've got the gate sound effect downloaded, Harriet, I'll put it in. I'll put it in. Rot-row, Sapper is the... excuse me a moment, excuse me a moment. Just put the link down to Sapper's live stream. Just put it down. Sapper extraordinaire. Oh, goodness. Get one like they had on the old 3 penny. No, but I really, above and beyond anything, I do hope all of you had a good weekend. You know, obviously, I would recommend one be careful this weekend, over the winter weekends, given colder weather and all that. I'd recommend one takes things in their stride if they were, say, for example, going to go out for at least a little bit of exercise or meeting a friend over the weekend, I'd recommend one's careful that they don't get too cold or don't get too ill and all that. Oh, they only go to Yorkshire when their mum and dad go shooting. Oh, okay. Thank you, Betty. Thank you for telling me. Thank you, Betty and Steve, for telling me of this. Thank you. Thank you. A 2024 reflection. This is a picture of me. This is a 2024 portrait of me at the Hove Recreation Grounds. That's me at the Hove Recreation Grounds back in May of 2024. Do excuse the jacket because I was cold, but that was me back in May 2024. In the summer, I alternate between jackets. It really depends if I'm wearing a suit jacket, because because I had a suit jacket on, if you see, but when but normally when I wear a suit jacket, certain jackets don't fit well if I put it on when wearing a suit jacket. Yes, if you're going out to get pissed, get a taxi home. Good point. Extremely good point, Carla. Or just go to one of your local pubs. Go to one of your local pubs. No, this picture was taken back in May. This was May 2024. This was months ago now, Harriet. Thank you, Maureen. Thank you, it's a pleasure. No, and doing a live stream, as I found, it helps ease the burden of winter boredom, whether it's you doing a live stream or if you're watching somebody else's live stream. They ease the winter boredom when there's not a lot to go out for in the winter. So it's a pleasure, Maureen. It's certainly a pleasure. When your grandfather went out in the snow, he got so drunk he staggered home and fell over a wall and couldn't get up for hours. Luckily, someone found him and he didn't die of hypothermia. Thank goodness, he was lucky. He was lucky. He was very, very lucky. Thank you, Hailey. Thank you. Miss Gertrude when she's not here. I do too. I miss Gertrude, Alfredo, Tasso, Shapper. When they're not here, or Graham, Fiona, I do miss them when they're not here. I too miss them when they're not here as well. No, but I think most of us on here have subscribed to Sapper's content. Had it, I for one have certainly subscribed to him without questioning ground of doubt. Oh, I love Gertrude. I really love her dearly. But the other dearly loved ladies we're missing at the moment. Have you noticed we've not got the two Pamelas and Janet on? Have you noticed they're not here? Oh, I adore them. I love Janet, Pamela Garza, and Pamela Morrow. I love them very, very dearly. Oh, yes, and Wanda, I love Wanda dearly too. I mean, I love those ladies. I really do. I mean, who couldn't love those ladies? Who couldn't love them? I have a harem. In what way do I have a harem, Carla? Right. In what way I've never heard that word before, harem. You didn't expect a Morse. Oh, no, 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 no. They may have things going on. They might be going out. They might be going out, or Wanda may still be in the hospital, or they may have gone out for, some pleasurable weekend entertainment or winter enjoyment. They may have gone out for those purposes, We do have a life outside of the community, Harriet. Like, say, with me, with the event attending, we do have a life outside of the YouTubing community. Many people go out on the weekends and things. So we do have a life outside of the community. So they could be doing something right now. They may not be home yet. That's the thing. And I love all of you who are on here, and I love each and every one of you. I wouldn't change having a friendship or having this community for the world. I wouldn't change it whatsoever. But thank you for telling me. Thank you for telling me so, Kana. Thank you for telling me so. Oh gosh. You got pissed in Germany and tried to nick a oh god. Did you get arrested? Did you get arrested for it, Betty, trying to nick a boat? You have a friend who was an extra in Morse riding a horse. Morse and horse. Good rhyming words. Inspector Morse is dead. No, I could imagine. I could imagine. Oh, thank goodness you didn't get arrested for it. Thank goodness. Spelt it wrong. No worries. No worries, Carla. No worries at all. Sorry, what was going on? Now that is a word I've heard. That is a word I've heard. Haram? Yes, I've heard haram. Harim? No, but haram? Yes, I've heard that one. Oh, you've rebranded. That looks like Blinky. You've rebranded. That looks like Blinky. Fantastic portrait of Blinky. Now, this one here, that is my Lawton 2024 portrait, standing beside a street organ. And organ rally events, I'd recommend one going to them, as I've obviously advocated so many times. I'm past 60 minutes now. I'm nearly at 61 minutes, Harriet. No, it's a lovely picture of Blinky. Fantastic picture of Blinky. That is a really cute cat. I totally agree with you, Harriet. Totally agree with you on that. But that was me standing beside the street organ in at the annual 2024 Lawton Autumn Rally. Do share your thoughts on that. But that was me standing in front of an organ. Past 61 minutes now, Harriet. Totally agree with you, Heidi. Totally agreeing with you. She is a cutie. Harriet. Blinky slept on top of you all last night. Oh, gosh. Oh, thank you, Maureen. Thank you. Thank you. And does me event attending entertain you by all means, Maureen? I didn't know it did. My mother blessed us with. Oh, that was very nice of you to have said so. That was very nice of you to say something like that. Thank you, Carla. Thank you. Rachel Lucy organ built by Chris Chandler. I didn't know it was Chris Chandler who built it, Matt, but I did know that it was a Rachel Lucy organ and all that. Totally agree, Heidi. Yes, a very, very sweet picture. And that was me standing beside a J&E Burgess threshing and timber contractors traction engine. That was me standing beside a traction engine here back in September of 2024 at the 2024 Norton Autumn Rally. And that's me again with the tractor. No, the traction engine, sorry. That's me in the traction engine, or standing beside it, or whatever. Hello to Christine. Hello to you, Christine Whitfeld. Hello to you. Just showing some 2024 pictures in Rewind. And that's a close-up of me by the traction engine. Well, standing behind the wheel. That's me standing behind the wheel of a traction engine. And I definitely recommend one gets their picture. Definitely recommend one stand beside a traction engine. Thank you, Blacksmith. Thank you for your friendliness towards Christine. Thank you. Thank you. Blinky's pupils are really dilated. She has gold eyes. Oh, no, I did see that Blinky had gold eyes. I've seen a previous picture of her. Yes, it's an original traction engine, Nutmeg, yes. No, Nutmeg, these events, if you're not familiar of them, I recommend you go to one. I mean, if it appeals to your interest, only if it appeals to your interest, I'd recommend one. Goes to an event where there be traction engines, steamrollers, classic cars, vintage vehiculars, vintage organs. I don't know if they're very popular around in Massachusetts, but if they are, I'd recommend you go to one if they take place in the summer months. I mean, if it appeals to your interest, that is. Don't know if you're keen on going out or not, Nutmeg, but I'm not sure if you're keen on going out event attending and all that. But it's certainly something I'd recommend to those who are not familiar of going out event attending to these enchanted events. Aveling and Porter named Emma. Haven't had a TV license for 6 years. A lot of the television's crap now. A lot of the television has gone to crappy shit because of wokeism. If you go woke, you go broke. That much more could be said. Hello, Rexy. Don't worry about your absence. Don't worry about it. No worries. 1905 was when it was built. I knew it was a very old traction engine, Matt, but I knew it was a very old traction engine, yes, but I never knew it was built in 1905. Gosh, that is a very, very old traction engine, I must say. Used to have a small working one. If those a little ornament, you'd put a little burner and it would move. You had a small version of the traction engine I was stood beside. Interesting, Carter. Very interesting learning of this from you. I don't know if she's here or not. I don't know, Harriet. I really don't know. Can always look up historic train. No, yes, I know. You can't stand for long periods of time, so attending fairs. No, I can truly imagine. There's only so long I can stand up for as well, Nutmeg. There's only so long I can stand around. No, I do actually. Can I tell you something, Nutmeg? Every time I'm event attending, I do every so often have to sit down on a bench after standing up for a while. I mean, after standing up for long periods of times, I can get a bit sodden and sore on my feet. So I do have to sit down. Um, so I do have to sit down after a while. I mean, a lot of people do, but in your case, yours is much more serious. No, but it must be boring for you not being able to attend fa- to attend something. It must be quite boring to not attend a museum or a fair event and all that. It really, I mean, it must get really quite frustrating not being able to do a lot, or not being able to go out a lot. It must get very frustrating. It must be extremely frustrating not being able to go out a lot because of arthritis. I could only imagine just too well that it's quite frustrating in various bits and pieces. It's a matter of not getting bored of the same thing because you can find one interest, and but sometimes one can tire out of it and get bored after a certain period. But so long as you find other interests, that's the main thing. But so long as you don't get bored of doing the same thing over and over, that's the main thing, Nutmeg. 200 psi. Powers from, yes, it powers from steam, Nutmeg. It powers from steam. No, American steam locomotives are fascinating. It's not the arthritis that's the problem, it's your POTS. Your blood pools to the bottom, so it affects your blood. Oh, that is awful. That is awful. That's very, oh gosh, very poor health. Poor Nutmeg. Poor Nutmeg. Poor you, Nutmeg. That is hard to contemplate too. That is a hard thing to contemplate too. I'm okay, thank you, Christine. But more importantly, are all of you okay? That's the main thing. As Christine's so asking. Thank you, Christine. Thank you. What am I going to show now? I'm going to show in an event attending rewind for 2024. The only problem, yeah, that's true, Harriet. Yes, that's true. Yeah, right. Big mouth. Yeah, thank you highly. No, yes, I'd give a hug to Nutmeg too. This is true, Nutmeg. This is completely true that people have it worse, and some cannot stand up without passing out. There are people like that. Never take those people for granted, and always look out for them. You know. So you wear compression stockings. Oh gosh, that's tricky. Hello to you, Samantha. Hello, listening while cleaning. Hello to you. Yes, because I've done this around supper time, didn't I? Bit naughty and silly of me, but hey ho, let's do it anyway. And all that. What am I going to show now? This does get interesting, this picture. This one gets interesting. I'm going to show you now. Now, this gets interesting. One of the old tractors from leaving the Norton rally. That was an old tractor leaving Norton. A very interesting agricultural tractor. They're pulling a large green painted trailer. A large green wooden painted trailer. No, it's normally around early next month I begin the Christmas shopping, Harriet. It's normally early next month I'd start doing things like that. I think you'll find most of us on here normally do our winter shopping come early December, early to middle December. I think you'll find that's what we do generally in the colder month, in the run up to Christmas. No, I can do the Christmas shopping, Matt. I can do it. Get some presents for my family. And no, more importantly, some presents, but more importantly, Christmas cards to send to my family. I generally do Christmas cards for my family. Sometimes I buy them, or sometimes I make my own. Sometimes I make my own Christmas cards. I am known to make my own Christmas cards and birthday cards for people. I am known to do it. It's quite easy to do so, to make your own Christmas cards and things. All you have to do is fold up a piece of paper, write and draw on it, colour it in, write something in, do a coloured drawing, and then give it to the person. It's an artistically creative thing one could do when making a card and all that. Certainly, in my opinion, having done a few art things at school, it sort of got it. Too many to buy for. Good way to do it. They stopped making them this year. Have a few on your shelf. You believe the little working ornament was a Marmot traction engine? No, it's they're enchanted traction engines of any kind. A wheelchair would be helpful for you, Nutmeg. A wheelchair would indeed be helpful for you. All righty ho, Harriet. You're going to keep going on about the 40 quid thing, aren't you? But you'd have to obviously do not put your address online. Do it privately so I know who to send it for, Harriet. Hi, Tasso. Hello to you. Just came back from food shopping. No worries at all. No worries. Happy Catterday. Happy Catterday. No, and a wheelchair could prove helpfully useful for you, Nutmeg. A wheelchair really could prove helpfully useful for you. You know, taking into account poor health, a wheelchair really could prove instrumentally helpfully useful for you so that you're not bored of being inside all the time. Because obviously, I think the more one can be inside to the point where it's repetitive, it can get quite boring. But obviously, when one wants to go out but cannot stand, when you cannot stand for a long time, it can become it could be quite boring because I want to go out but I can't because of trouble. Walking is not a problem. You can walk for a long time. It's just standing. Oh gosh. Oh. But the wheelchair, all in all, for the standing, you know, that could prove useful. That could certainly prove useful that you bring a foldable chair. It can't stand in line for long. Yeah, foldable chair, that would be useful. That would certainly be useful. No, it's an awful thing to contemplate too. Fortunately, I can just about stand in line. I can fortunately just about do that. But I mean, I don't know how much longer it'll be before I'll need a foldable chair to sit, in it as a means to just stand in line for event attending, because my feet can get sore and sodden. They can get sore and sodden. You know, after a while. So I don't know how much longer it can. I'll be able to stand up in line for long, but don't know how much longer I'll be able to do it for. But I'm just going to see how it goes. Fortunately, I can at the moment, but I need to see just how much longer I'll be able to do it. Right, Samantha, if you're listening here, because Harriet wants me to tell you this, Harriet has got a master's degree in naughtiness. She's got a master's degree in naughtiness, Samantha, if you want to know what master's degree Harriet has got. A good look at. Not yet, no, not yet. I think I put the picture up for too long. Thank you, Diane, for your friendliness towards Tasso. Thank you. The bones, they ache after a while, Carla. Bones ache. I think I might have arthritis, but I can't prove it. I may probably have arthritis in my legs and feet. I don't think I've got it in the feet. I think I've probably got it in the legs because they ache after a while. The bones ache after a while, Carla. So I think if anything worsens over the years, I'll try and get tested for arthritis. But actually, arthritis, unfortunately, it runs genetically in my family, I'm afraid. You know, it runs. I mean, because my late grandfather, my mother's father, that is, he had arthritis. So I think I mean, you can skip certain genetics, or you can inherit genetics from previous generations and all that. It can, you can inherit genetics from you can inherit things from other generations or previous so there are. So I may very possibly have arthritis. I don't know if I have or not, but it's possible that I do. X-ray will show. If anything worsens, Betty, I'm going to get X-rayed for it. If anything worsens with me, I'm going to get X-rayed and checked out for it. You have pelvic. Oh, that is a difficult thing to live with. That's a very tough thing to contemplate living with. You know. You know. If you had arthritis of the mouth, well, I'd be worried for you if you had arthritis of the mouth, Harriet. I'd be worried for you. Oh gosh. No, I know, yes. Very difficult thing to contemplate living with, you know. Yes, that's a good point. That's a good point. Early diagnosis might mean you change lifestyle, diet, supplements to try compensate for worst effects. Good point. Extremely good point. You know. Oh, that is difficult to contemplate too. Unstable pelvis. That's a very, very unstable and pelvic stuff. That's a difficult thing to contemplate too. No, it's a good bit of banter, but I'll send you the 40 quid anyway. I'll send you the 40 quid by post whenever I write you a Christmas card, Harriet. But do not put your address online, because that's when it gets most dangerous. That's the risky thing one could do. Put an address online. What did I have for tea? I had some fish and vegetables, Harriet. Sea bass and vegetables was what I had. Because as most of you know, I generally live on a fruit, vegetable, and fish diet. You know. You know. Oh, interesting. What's going on?
Are you on a live?
Yes. Why? What's going on?
Cats need feeding. I'm gonna go get Fox.
Okay. Yeah, the cats need feeding. Okay. Right. I will need to get the cats fed fairly shortly, but I won't end the live straight away. But once I finish the live, cats have got to be fed. Interesting question. I normally cook it with some vegetables. Sometimes I have it with some. Sometimes I have sea bass and chips with peas. You know. Sometimes I have sea bass and chips with peas. You know, mostly I have sea fish mostly with vegetables. Sometimes I have prawns, or sometimes I have seafood mix with spaghetti. Sometimes I have it with some spaghetti and cook it up with some cream mixed in, you know, sometimes. But honestly, I'd go for fish any day. I'd eat any fish meal. I would eat any fish meal. I've smoked haddock and smoked mackerel. I eat haddock, but I've never had smoked haddock. I've actually had once haddock and chips before. Nothing could beat. Nothing could beat sea bass. You're having a whale of a time. Goodness. Yes, I've got to go fairly shortly. Yes. Unfortunately, I've got to go most shortly. But thank you, everybody, for taking part in the fun. I'll show one more picture before I go. and all that. I wanted to go longer, but you know. Right, I just got to get a picture up before we finish. Excellent suggestion. Excellent suggestion. Yes, the cats need feeding, but I'm going to get a picture sent. No, I haven't made my own fish cakes as of yet. I'm not finishing just yet. I've got to get a picture shown before we finish things off well and truly. Right. This here, I'm going to eventually get this put up on community postage. That is my Eastbourne Miniature Steam Railway 2024 event, a 2024 portrait. This picture was taken just last week. That was just last week, the day before the London to Brighton veteran car run. And then next week, I've got my final event to attend for 2024. So one could say it's party is over for not just event attending, but it's going to be parties over for railway attending for the rest of the 2024 calendar year. But there's 2025 to look forward to. But I've just got to really be careful with the health and things. That's what I've got to be most wary of. The thing I've got to be careful of is not to get too cold, not to get sunburnt, and just got to be careful I don't ache too much and all that. I've just got to also be wary that I don't ache too much. It's another thing, you know. But this is it's a picture I'm always going to cherish. And they have a little organ to dance to at the Eastbourne Miniature Steam Railway. But also, and because I can't run so far anymore, because I can't run very far anymore, riding a miniature railway, it's like you're sitting down for going on a run, but just sitting down. One sitting down, it feels like you're sitting down for a run when you're riding a miniature railway and all that. You know, sitting down for a run, just enjoying yourself and all that. Ta-ta for now, outer limits, ta-ta for now. Lovely learning of this from you, Blacksmith. I'm to be live streaming tomorrow, Betty. I'm live streaming tomorrow, Betty and Steve. I'm not sleeping yet, Harriet. Just got to get my cats fed. That's all. No, Nutmeg, no. Sapper's going live tomorrow at 8 p.m. UK time. Time tomorrow, 3:30 in the afternoon, Carla. I'm live streaming at 3:30 in the afternoon tomorrow. More quotes from others. You know, but I will get this posted up on community postage. But one thing to say before I go, if any of you want to actually have a picture of me, a portrait of me for yourselves to have, please do copy and paste. But the only thing I am going to forbid, the only thing I would forbid is if you sell the pictures. One thing, if you want to have a picture of me, please feel free. Please feel free to have one. Please feel free to have a picture of me if you so wanted to. But provided that you promised not to sell it, because if I find out that anyone ends up using my pictures just to sell them for money, selling my own portraits, I will not forbid, I will not allow that. That I would not allow. I will not allow any of you to sell my pictures for money. No selling my portraits for money. No selling my portraits for money. Please feel free to have a portrait of me, but just do not sell it. Do not end up using it just to sell it for money, Carla. Yes, I'm going to do it in a minute right now. Right now. Right, everybody, I've sadly got to finish things off. Thanks all for watching indeed. Goodbye, and may your good wishes be bringing you great expectations, and may happiness be knocking on your very door. Whatever your plans for the rest of the weekend may be entailing, I really do hope, whatever plans you have, I do hope you enjoy your plans, and may your plans happily roll into fruition. Ta-ta for now, Nutmeg. Goodbye, all.